Hey everybody, welcome to The Mix. I'm Macy Meyer.
And I'm Saleh. Today we have got some celebrity scandal news along with movie box office news, and after that I'll be chatting with Kristin, Wange, Collin, Maxwell, and Bryan Torres about some highly anticipated shows and movies releasing soon.
And then later we'll be showing you the fun time Lauren Rangel had when she transformed Thomas Berg into a Marvel Cinematic Universe character. So stay tuned, this is The Mix.
Arrow actress Emily Bett Rickards announced that she will be leaving the superhero show after 7 seasons. Rickards, who plays Felicity Smoke, will be retiring the character before the show goes off air on its 8th and final season. Emily made the announcement on her Instagram with a poetic letter. "Felicity and I are very tight too," she says, "but after 1 through 7, we'll be saying goodbye to you."
Alex Trebek of Jeopardy fame has been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer, but he is not slowing down and is still hosting the classic game show. He has been on the show since 1984. He told fans of his diagnosis in a YouTube video where he says the chances are not good, but he will keep fighting.
Captain Marvel is looking at making over $1 billion at the box office. The movie started off the opening weekend with $1.5 million domestic and $300 million foreign. The movie spent 2 weeks at the #1 spot before falling to the number 3 spot. Captain Marvel is the most recent Marvel film starring Brie Larson and Samuel L. Jackson and was released on March 8th of this year. The film helps introduce the audience to Captain Marvel and the impact she may have on the Avengers Endgame.
Actress Emilia Clarke revealed for the first time publicly in a story to The New Yorker that during her time acting as Daenerys Targaryen in Game of Thrones, she experienced 2 life-threatening brain surgeries. In her story, Clarke describes her 2 painful aneurysms in 2011 and 2013. Now, just as her powerful female character in Game of Thrones learns to overcome, Clarke has recovered 100% and is giving back to the community through charity.
Back-to-back DC movies have been released this past couple of years, and fans wonder if they're going to be as good as Wonder Woman was. Luckily, the movie Shazam has fans wanting to see it since its debut of its first trailer. As we all know, Shazam tells the story of a young boy named Billy Batson being bestowed the powers of an ancient wizard by the name of Shazam. This movie comes out in theaters April 5th, and Rotten Tomatoes has already given the movie a score of a 93%, with a count of 82 reviews. The percentage is 28% higher than the recently released Aquaman movie in 2018. Now we await to see how fans will react to it in the next coming weeks.
Well, it looks like Full House just got a little bit less crowded. Aunt Becky, also known in the real world as Lori Loughlin, is not expected to return for the 5th and final season of Fuller House due to the most recent cheating scandal. Allegedly, Loughlin and her husband, Massimo Giannulli, paid $500,000 to bribe their daughter's way into the University of Southern California. Loughlin and Giannulli were among 50 people, including Desperate Housewives actress Felicity Huffman, charged Tuesday with being involved in a bribery scam that allowed privileged students who otherwise may not have been accepted to attend prestigious colleges and universities.
And also, Google has announced their latest creation, the Google Stadia. This program works like a video game console, but with no box or physical device. The CEO pitched the device would work on any system that has Google Chrome. This even includes some iPhones. The other promise is that it will be the Netflix of video games. Much like how the video platform is a hub for movies and TV, this console will be a location to get a variety of different video games.
Star Wars alum Mark Hamill had some good news for fans about his latest project. The Orion Pictures panel at WonderCon in Anaheim, California. The panelists showed a pre-recorded video of Mark Hamill announcing that he will be voicing the killer doll Chucky in the Child's Play reboot expected to release this summer. Hamill will be joined by the talents of Aubrey Plaza, Bryan Tyree Henry, and Gabriel Bateman for the reboot.
When we come back, we're going to take a more in-depth look at certain news updates, so stay tuned.
When y'all are talking, I cannot hear him. So the whole time I was like, are you kidding? Welcome back. Before we went on break, we gave you some quick news pieces, and now we are going to go in depth on certain headlines.
The city of Chicago have dropped all charges against Empire star Jussie Smollett this week. This comes just a few weeks after Smollett's arrest by Chicago PD on 16 different felony charges, including filing a false police report and staging a hate crime. Both the mayor of Chicago and Chicago PD have been very vocal about their displeasure with the verdict. The city of Chicago is now demanding that Mr. Smollett be forced to pay $1,300,000 in overtime for the investigators that worked on the case. And Illinois Representative Michael McAuliffe is proposing a bill that would nix film tax credit for his employers at Empire. Meanwhile, Empire's ratings are at an all-time low for the series. The show has put Jussie on suspension and will most likely end up cutting him from further episodes altogether. Many people on Twitter are voicing their opinion about the subject, with a lot of people just saying they're ready to move on.
The backlash of the college admissions scandal continues to unfold, with more than 50 people being charged with fraud. Among those 50 people is America's favorite aunt, Lori Loughlin. Loughlin was charged with bribing the University of Southern California to admit her daughter, Olivia Jade. Not only was she trying to enroll her daughter in the university, but also get Jade on the rowing team, a sport in which she's never participated in. This situation has caused tension between the family, with Olivia Jade reportedly not speaking to her parents as her career, along with her mother's, is in turmoil. Olivia Jade has now not only been kicked out of the university, but has also lost her Sephora contract. Loughlin has been outcasted by Hallmark's parent company, Crown Media. The company made a statement on March 15th saying, "We are saddened by the recent news surrounding the college admissions allegation. We are no longer working with Lori Loughlin and have stopped development of all productions that air on the Crown Media Family Network channels involving Lori Loughlin." Loughlin was released on a $1 million bail on March 13th.
And in other news, Cardi B is in a bit of hot water after an old video of her resurfaced where she talks about drugging and robbing men back in her day as a stripper. Twitter has gone into a firestorm over the news and has started the hashtag #SurvivingCardiB, which is riffing off the hashtag #SurvivingRKelly. Cardi B responded to the controversy by saying that men she was referencing in the video were mostly men she dated, and back in those days she had very limited options of what to do to survive. She has found many supporters in her plea, including Rick Ross and her fiance Offset, who has claimed that she is, quote, the best mother and hustler out there. The issue has brought up a lot of moral questions regarding the Me Too movement and whether or not men fit into that narrative. Some critics question if Cardi B should be held to the same standard as Bill Cosby, even though Cardi B has not been involved in any sexual assaults.
Alex Trebek returned to Jeopardy less than a week after revealing his stage 4 cancer diagnosis. The stage 4 diagnosis has a low survival rate, but Trebek stated he would beat the disease, saying, "The prognosis for this is not very encouraging, but I'm going to fight this and I'm going to keep working. And with the love and support of my family and friends, and with the help of your prayers also, I plan to beat the low survival rate statistics for this disease." Trebek has led Jeopardy since 1984, winning 5 daytime Emmys and earning 28 nominations, while also setting a Guinness World Record in June 2014 for hosting the most episodes of a game show with his 6,829 Jeopardy installments. The show generally films 2 full days a week, and many were impressed and surprised to see Trebek going back to work so soon. Doctors say that it is still possible to work while fighting this disease, and that everyone handles this diagnosis differently. Trebek shows strong will and determination to work through and fight his cancer, which many longtime Jeopardy fans are glad to see.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I will be joining Jordan Chaffer, Collin Maxwell, and Bryan Torres to talk about some of the movies and shows you can look forward to. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Over the last couple of weeks, some popular movie franchises and TV shows have released trailers for their latest content. Here to talk with us about the trailers are Collin Maxwell, Kristin Wange, and Bryan Torres. All right, let's start with Godzilla.
All right.
Did you guys see the trailer for Godzilla, the new one that came out? It was called
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's so good. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Godzilla.
When? Since when? Like when did
Since
you get started?
forever. What question is that? I've always been a fan of.
Get interested in it?
I've always loved Godzilla ever since a little kid. It was always fascinating to go see the giant lizard destroy cities and whatnot.
Now we got all the Titans coming out in this one, and then from the trailer, what I got, I don't know, you guys say if you thought otherwise, Godzilla's going to stop all of these other Titans.
Well, yeah.
You look like you're so ready. Okay.
Because it's called Godzilla
King of
the Monsters, because it's the Monsterverse.
Right.
And supposedly, like, they're going to add more monsters. It's not just Mothra. It's not just Rodin. It's not just Ghidorah. It's also going to be King Kong. And they also got another one that they're, like, leaking on their website, the Monarch website, which is, like, Typhoon. And then Blithoria. They got, like, so many monsters that they're adding in that we never heard of before.
Right.
So I'm really excited for the new ones.
I'm really excited for the showdown between King Ghidorah and Godzilla.
I think I'm just really excited because this last year there's been like some movies that have been trying to do CGI and it just has not worked out so well. Like the Egyptian, what was it? There was that one movie that came out not that long ago, Egyptian Gods, that was.
God of Egypt?
Yeah, it was.
Gods of Egypt?
Gods of Egypt. It was rough on the CGI, and so far what we've seen from the trailers is that the CGI just looks really clean, really nice, and I'm just excited to see how that turns out.
But one thing that I also think helps the CGI is that all the shots that we've seen them, it's been dark, it's been low light, like you really haven't focused on the small details, which is great.
So on the other side of it, we got Dora.
Oh gosh.
Which is, nothing like it. You, before the show, said you liked it.
I was, because like, what I was expecting, in all honesty, was some weird spoof of someone, or Dora sitting there and going like, do you see the red cricket? And someone else going, Dora, why? What are you doing? But this trailer looks like well made. A lot of effort was put into it. Granted, they still have the weird, adults trying to understand how high school works.
Yeah.
But in general, though, it actually looks pretty good. There was like a couple of times where I genuinely laughed, and I was like, man, I was not ready for that.
It's interesting. I don't know. I'm with you. I did not expect what was in that trailer. But do I think it's going to be super successful? I don't know. We've got Danny Torres as Boots.
Right.
You mean Trejo?
Trejo, excuse me. Thank you for correcting me.
You're welcome. Just
got
wanted
my
to be sure.
Danny Trejo as Boots, which I don't know how I feel about that. How do you guys feel?
It's really interesting. I mean, I literally saw the trailer because I was like, I kind of thought of like it was like an early April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
I was like, this is fake. This is because College Humor, if you ever remember that website, they actually made like a live action Dora trailer. So I kind of thought this was like a better spoof of that.
Yeah.
But then I actually watched it and I was like, oh, this is an actual movie that's coming out. So, I mean, again, it doesn't look bad. I don't know if I'm going to go see it, but I'm definitely going to keep, like, on it just to see how it turns out.
I'm probably going to go see it because there's a famous Mexican actor that's actually in the movie. His name is Eugenio Derbez, and he's actually, like, well-known in Mexico, and he's, like, done so many comedy shows and stuff like that, so that's drawing me in.
Yeah.
We also got One Punch Man that came out.
Yes.
We're both excited.
Very excited. Yeah, I was a fan about 2 years ago, and I really liked how it just kind of spun the entire superhero arc. So when I saw that season 2 was finally being released after so much just being constantly pushed back because it was scheduled, what, like a year ago to come out or sometime like that?
See, I only got into the franchise, I kid you not, 2 weeks ago. Because I started watching some of it, and then over one weekend I watched all of season 1, and then I was like, oh, so where's more? And then I was like, there isn't more? So I haven't been keeping up with it. I just only recently saw season 2 was coming out, and I immediately was like, I got on just at the right time, because it's coming back, and they're covering a really cool arc, which is the Hero Hunter.
Yes. It seems really cool. I do know some people have shown concern about it because the animation studio that did season 1 is now changing to a different animation studio. But honestly, looking at the trailer, I didn't feel like the animation changed too much. But
I felt like it has changed. Like, you can actually notice whenever you see, like, you compare the different types of animation, the color is different because now it has more of a gradient. The art direction is a lot more different because now it's a lot more like standard anime shots, which are just like standing, and then the camera's just standing there and people are like punching and stuff like that. Because back in season 1, Genos would do his like flying kick and you would rotate with him and you would see like that cool rotation of art style instead of just standing there and see him twirl.
Yeah, I guess I did notice a little bit of that where just some stuff was not coming out like as cool as it was in season 1, but I'm still giving them the benefit of the doubt and still gonna watch season 2 because it seems interesting.
Now, last but not least, we've got Stranger Things and Avengers game. We're gonna take both of these because they're both huge.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited about Avengers game. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
It's
I can't
not
wait.
even funny.
It's gonna be so good.
Yeah. And Stranger Things, I was never a huge fan, but opinions quickly. What do we think about the trailer that came out? I love the music.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I'm a big
I'm
80s
on my way.
music
Yeah.
fan.
They always nail the music because they're going back to that whole 80s vibe, and it's just they always nail the music and just the general art direction of things. I am excited with the storyline. It looks like they're going to be continuing some of the Dustin, Steve, that brotherly relationship, which I'm excited for because I just love those kind of relationships being seen. And though they did show the end monster, which he looks interesting. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it definitely looks interesting.
All the
It's
other
like
monsters,
a goo thing, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a goo monster.
all the other ones we've seen are really like streamlined looking. This one just looks like angry bubblegum. But
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, I definitely can't wait to check out some of those great films. Thank you guys for coming. When we come back, we will be talking with Lauren Rangel, and she is going to be transforming Thomas Berg into one of our favorite Marvel comic book characters. We will be right back.
Welcome to Showcase. I'm Lauren Rangel.
And I'm Thomas Berg.
And the new Avengers Endgame is right around the corner, and we seriously could not be more excited. So we're not going to wait. We're turning Thomas into Gamora today.
Gamora from the Guardians of the Galaxy, the best assassin in the universe, and Thanos' daughter, and I can't wait to be transformed.
All right, so we're going to get started. Can you take your glasses off?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Okay. So first things first is we are going to put some foundation on you. Thomas, have you ever done makeup before?
I have applied some foundation, but that is the limit of my makeup knowledge.
Well, I actually really enjoy makeup. I tend to do natural, you know. I don't paint my face green every single day. It's okay to touch your face. Okay, cool. So I don't paint my face green every single day, you know. Actually, I've never done that. But I did theater from 6th grade through 12th grade. Can you look at me? And we learned lots of cool tricks with makeup about how to make yourself look older or look like you've been beaten up in a fight, all of that. So that's my experience.
I have had makeup put on me from that, mostly aging makeup.
One of my favorite roles I did was I was a homeless girl that lived with pigs in Robin Hood. I was named Winnie, and I got to put dirt on my face every single night. Not real dirt, makeup dirt. I would not have had a fun time with that.
I played an old Russian scientist in a show about the invention of the TV, and I looked like just an 80-year-old, like trying to pass as a teenager.
So normally, if you're doing makeup, I would say that this is gonna be too light of a shade for you. Do you want your chin turned to green? Yeah, why not? Alright, so.
But it's so much lighter because we're doing a natural color.
Yes, it's also a freebie I got, and it's too light for me too. Okay, so next, we're gonna use this palette that I got. I got it as a gift, and as you can tell, I've never really used it. So we're gonna use the green because Gamora is green. And we're gonna it's just eyeshadow, basic eyeshadow, I think. But it does the job. It's very pigmented.
Okay. I hope it doesn't tickle. It tickles.
It tickles?
It tickles a lot.
Well, you're gonna have to bear through your whole face. So basically, this is gonna be Gamora with a beard. Yeah, if Gamora was a man, this is what she'd look like.
Guy Mora. The things I've seen people do with makeup, you're basically just having someone with a face as a canvas.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a form of expression. I actually know like a makeup artist, and that's why he does it. It's like how he expresses himself. And something that people don't take into consideration is how important makeup is in movies, especially the Avengers movie. Like clearly for Gamora, she's going to be green.
Yeah.
And so that's all makeup. Even Thanos.
Yeah.
I call him Thanos as a joke with a friend. It's Thanos.
Okay.
And it just slipped out. Okay, look at me one more time. I think almost done. Okay, so look as far as you can that way. There we go. I just need to get the side of your face.
So what's next after this?
So next, we're going to do your eyeshadow.
Ooh.
Yeah, so Gamora kind of has like a little smoky eye going on. So that's what I'm going to try to do. With a darker green. And we're going to do your lips. So that'll be fun. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you're green enough.
All right.
How do you feel?
I feel pretty green. I mean,
green?
I don't. It just feels like there's more face to me.
All right. So take a little bit of this on your finger, and then rub it into your lips. We want your lips to be pale. It'll also serve as a really good foundation for the green eyeshadow we're about to put on your lips.
All right. Does that look good?
Yep. It's not a natural lip color.
All right.
So then you're
It's very weird because I guess in like regular makeup, it's like how do you make you look yourself more natural, and this is like how do you become green?
How do you become green? So then I would say use that dark one, and then rub it into your lips. There we go. Do a little bit more. You don't want to rub it in too hard. Kind of like pat it so that you can maintain like the color in it.
How does that look?
Pretty good.
All right.
So onto eyeshadow. So to do a nice smoky eye, I'm still going to be using some of the green from this palette, but we're going to start off with a lighter green. So we're going to do these two greens. I'm just going to mix them. And then you can close your eyes.
This is the part I was worried about.
Why?
I don't know, just because in the eye.
Oh, don't flinch. It'll be okay, I promise. So I just put some darker colors on the outer sides of your eye. So like picture your eyelid closed, and so like half of it's kind of light and the other half is dark. Oh, you don't have to close them that hard. Very good. So you got a nice little smoky eye going on. But that's kind of how she has. She has like nice smoky eye coming up like that. And she has very defined eyebrows, but I'm not gonna make you tweeze them or anything.
All right.
You're welcome. And we can't forget Gamora without her designs on her face. So I don't have silver, but I do have copper lipstick.
There we go.
With it. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this like super like pinpointed makeup brush. This is something you would normally use on your eyes, and we're gonna try to draw her designs. Do you know what the designs mean on Gamora?
Well, she's not all natural. She has a little bit of robotic parts. While Nebula has more of the robotic parts, she still has some, and that's what the designs are.
So now look the other way. We're gonna do it one more time, and then that should be it.
What?
I think we did it. I don't know if you look exactly like her,
But
you're green, so
yeah.
that's all that matters.
We tried to steal the look.
Yes, so I think we did a pretty good job. Well, thanks for tuning into our showcase. We hope you enjoyed, and make sure you go watch the new Avengers movie. We'll be there.
For this episode of The Mix, we hope you enjoyed today's episode.
Be sure to follow us on social media, our Twitter and Instagram @TheCrewSFA.
You can also like our Facebook page, SFA The Crew, and check out more content on SFA TV 2.
I'm Cole Saleh.
And I'm Macy Meyer. See you next time.